Howdy crafters, it's Milton Murphy. This is my first video for the DM's Crafts forums, I guess that's experimental, just like the tile I'm about to show you. I'm not really running a game right now, I basically just did this tile because I had some inspiration and I wanted to try out a few things. I mentioned I was doing a project with a Mardi Gras bead. I live here in New Orleans, and found this Mardi Gras bead on the street and just wanted to, I guess, do something with it. And so a lot of the sort of embellishments for this piece come from the Mardi Gras bead. In particular, and probably the most noticeable one, is the one that's on the back there. I guess that's the Egyptian god Thoth. And so that particular piece, I just basically cut it off and mounted it on some cardboard and put it on that wall as sort of the central figure in this sort of this WreckedTemple thing. So some of the other pieces I have, you'll see there's a little pyramid and a little oblong piece on the column. Those were also parts of the bead, as are the sarcophagi that are on the altar there in front of that big evil-looking pre-painted miniature, and added some beads there from the hobby shop. As I pull back too, you'll notice that one of the things about this tile is that it's a two-tone tile. I decided to use masking tape and some newspaper to sort of do that green border representing grass and whatnot around. I'd like to add some rubble and some other things, but the inside is intended to be marble, and I was trying to sort of get that sort of veining technique down. It didn't really work as well on the large scale as it did on my sample pieces that I did, so I'm going to have to do a little bit more work to sort of make that look better. So let's see. So you see there's a broken column there and a few other things. The only other thing about this tile that I'd really like to show is the piece here, this sort of central idol thing, is magnetic. So I could, I could basically put anything I wanted up here if I wanted to make it a specific god from, say, a specific campaign setting or something like that. And in addition, so this is kind of a wrecked temple, but these walls are magnetic as well. So I could pull these off and create walls of a different color, or solid walls, or anything like that, to sort of give it a different look and feel. So that kind of makes the piece a little bit more flexible, relative to so it's not quite as static as some of the other pieces I've done. So you'll notice also that there's a pattern, sort of a simulation of stone on these walls. I used a stamp to do that. We've seen that done a couple places. This is my first time using a stamp, and I think it turned out pretty nice. The only last thing I want to mention about this tile is you'll see these columns. They're kind of obelisk. They kind of taper up to the top, and I tried to figure out a way to sort of make these quickly. And I wanted to use the same I guess, cardboard bending technique that DM Scotty has shown in some of his other videos. But I ended up having to do a lot of measurements and stuff, and ultimately what I did was I created this form that allowed me to basically just sort of outline this on a piece of cardboard and just cut out around the edges, and then I was able to basically fold along these lines. And so by using something like this, you're able to sort of make a template and then fold things pretty quickly. So highly recommend that. So there are several things I wanted to talk through here. So I guess this is going about 5-6 minutes. And the last thing I want to say is that this is my first video, and if you have any comments about the craft or the video itself, I welcome any comments or questions. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day.